What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. My name is Danielle. I make a lot of content here on YouTube, specifically debunking, talking about, reacting to, in my opinion, problematic or questionable behavior found in the life, spiritual, and business coaching spaces. Happy to have you here. Today we're going to be doing another reaction video where I essentially take a look at content that you have submitted to me and share my thoughts on whether I think it's good or bad. Usually it's pretty bad, spoiler alert. But we're gonna see. If you have content you want me to react to, the form where you can submit it is linked in the description down below. Quick little piece of housekeeping before we get started. We will be launching merch, such as this, September 1st. So mark your calendars. I have two different shirts, the I Hate It Here and the Allegedly In My Opinion t-shirts launching, as well as a couple different stickers. I'm planning on perhaps releasing a few more designs in the coming months, but we're gonna start with that, see how it goes. And of course, if you have feedback or requests for things you would like to see, I am always open to discussion. You can let me know in the comments or tell me over on the subreddit, which is where I've been hanging out recently. So if you're not already in the Danielle Ryan subreddit, what are you doing? All right, that's it for the intro. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Shout out to the channel VIP members before we get started, as well as Harrison, Tom, Suzanne, and Zerify in the billionaire tier. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn about the channel membership, you can click the join button down below. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So this first video here says exactly what I focused on to have a $17,000 cash day in the caption. I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Let's go ahead and read what it says. I'm embarrassed to say this, but 3 years into my business, I was having a real mentee bee. It was 2022 and I got sucked into the rat race of launching a brand new offer every other month on completely different topics. Who is teaching that? Rule number one in business. Hello, if you're new here, I've been a business owner for 6 years. My partner is also an entrepreneur, so we talk about these things a lot. The number one rule in business is to find product market fit. And in order to do that, you need to have one offer that you offer to one specific audience to solve one specific problem. So anyone that's teaching you to launch a new offer every month, what did it say? A new offer every other month. So first of all, red flag that whoever she was working with that was telling her that, no idea what they were doing. From Gene Keys to NLP mindset coaching, marketing to feminine energy, I was all over the show. I thought that the more offers I had, the more money I would make, but it actually backfired in a horrible way, and what ended up happening was my revenue went down and put me in a serious scarcity mindset, and even worse, I confused the hell out of my audience. Good, I mean, that makes sense, and I don't want this to come off as judgmental because this was definitely a mistake I made when I first started my very first business. So for context, in 2018, left my job, started a yoga business, was also doing like mindset coaching, which is how we got to where we are here on YouTube today. And I think it was really confusing for people to, or difficult for them anyway, to see me as an expert in anything because I was offering yoga classes and I was offering guided meditations and I was offering mindset coaching and I had a membership platform and all of these different things. And while, yeah, sure, some people might say they were like complimentary services, and that's kind of what I had convinced myself at the time, it was really difficult to build authority in any of those specific sort of trajectories because I was trying to do it all. So I guess this is like a piece of wisdom for those of you that own a business. If you want to see success, you're going to see success a lot faster. And this was the case for me when I cut out all the crap and just focused on yoga. My business grew exponentially very quickly. If you can pick one specific subject that you want to be perceived as an expert in and you want people to like buy a product or service around that thing, pick that one thing and focus on that one thing and promote that one thing and educate people in that one space. That's going to be the thing that helps you to gain traction so that you can eventually maybe expand your offers into other things. People had no idea what to come to me for anymore. Was I the Instagram and marketing expert, human design and Gene Keys purpose coach, feminine energy and embodiment mentor? People loved my content and my vibe, but they were no longer willing to pay me $10,000 for my expertise because in their eyes, I wasn't an expert at one thing anymore. Again, not disagreeing with what she's saying, I think it's accurate, but the red flags in my head are going off when she said she was at one point charging $10,000 for any of these things. Because even if I had built my entire platform on, let's just say, Instagram and marketing, unless I'm working with corporate budgets, like clients who have millions or billions of dollars to work with, who is paying you $10,000? I was a generalist, and the thing with generalists, premium clients don't hire generalists. I decided something needed to change and fast. I started communicating with my audience again to subtract the biggest, most urgent problem that they wanted solved. I got clear on their main desire. I developed a 3-phase roadmap to help them reach that desire and narrowed in on becoming the expert of that one thing that I knew from years of experience would really help them reach their desire faster and easier, their messaging. I then decided myself to master my craft of messaging over the past 2 years, positioned all of my work around the fact that in order to see success and sales online, you need to master your message. Wait. So she was offering multiple services. No one was buying them because obviously that's really confusing, as we've established. So then she narrowed in on one thing, specifically messaging, which up until this point she hadn't mastered because she was doing, all of these things at once. And then, listen to this, only then did the sales begin to flood in again. One paid in full client at $10,000 cash and a paid in full client at $7,000 cash in one day. So she wasn't making sales. She was like, I need to figure out one offer, decided just making content around messaging, and then started charging people $17,000. And then I'll leave the rest of the caption up on the screen here, but basically she's just selling her premium messaging offer that teaches you how to master your messaging. I don't know if something in my brain is broken, but like this isn't making any sense. I'm a generalist, no one's buying my stuff. I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna instead talk about how to get people to buy your stuff. Even though no one's buying my stuff, I'm gonna tell you that I can teach you how to use messaging to sell your stuff. And now she sells how to do messaging. Like, am I missing something? Someone please let me know in the comments. To me, this is giving the same impression as these people that are like,
I teach people how to make $10,000 a month.
Meanwhile, they're not actually making $10,000 a month. They're just selling people on the idea that potentially you could make $10,000 a month. So it's like,
I don't know how to do messaging in my business and I'm not getting any clients, but you pay me and I'll teach you how to do messaging in your business.
wink, wink, wink. Like, oh my God. Am I not reading this correctly? Or like, that's what's coming off to me. Someone help. Okay, this next one reads, I'm 33. 1.5 years ago, I was feeling lost, uninspired, and so broke. 1 year ago, I decided to give Airbnb content creation a try with no experience, not knowing if it was going to work out. My first month, I landed 3 collabs, I became the go-to person shooting Airbnbs in my area, and get paid to shoot 1 to 3 properties per month. I've now built an incredible community and taught 300 people how to land Airbnb collabs all over the world. It's never too late to start over and go after what you want. Okay. And then this is what the caption says. It reads, it's never too late to turn your life around. At the beginning of 2023, I moved to Mexico, and a few months in, I felt extremely lost. For a while, nothing seemed to be working out, and I was feeling so defeated that I was almost ready to go back home. At that point, I had literally nothing to lose, so when I heard about Airbnb content creation, I figured, why not give it a try? What's the worst that could happen? With very little money left to my name, I was forced to hustle, trust that everything would work out, and not let anything stop me. And now, after over a year, I've truly created my dream job. I love what I do, and I literally have to pinch myself that this is my life. In the last year, I've shot content for 26 Airbnbs and boutique hotels. I was featured in Business Insider. I get paid to shoot 1 to 3 properties every month. I started, redacted, and grew it to over 40,000 followers organically. I created an ebook on Airbnb content creation and have helped 300 students land collabs all over the world. I hosted my first Airbnb content creation retreat. I've connected with so many amazing creators who I now call my friends. So how did I accomplish all this? I went after it and didn't let no fear of failure or excuses stop me. I got super serious about taking my content creation to the next level. When I started, I had no experience, just a girl that loved taking content and wanted to stay at beautiful properties. I don't share this to brag, but to inspire you that anything you want, if you just go for it, is so possible. If you're looking to get started and want to join an incredible community of like-minded creators, comment bundle, and I'll send you the link to join us in landing Airbnb collabs all over the world. This is giving me the same vibes as one of the videos in my social media scam series. It might be the first one, I'm not sure. I'll link it here, but essentially it's a video where I talk about UGC creators, which, if you didn't know, my business is actually as a UGC creator. And a trend that I've noticed in that industry is that a lot of people who got into UGC early now sell courses and coaching about like how to become a UGC creator, to the point where they're making multiple 6 or 7 figures a year, allegedly, but they're not actually doing it through creating the content anymore, so much as like selling other people on how they can become content creators, which in my opinion opinion, is like a very circular business model. But anyway, I say that because this is kind of giving me the same vibes of like,
I wanted to be an Airbnb creator, and now I teach other people how they can become an Airbnb creator.
which I've said this so many times. I have no problem with people creating businesses or like doing something and then having people ask you how you did it and maybe like putting together a course to teach people how you did it. And I think that's just like par for the course. If you do something and you become somewhat successful at that thing, people are naturally going to ask you how you did it. When I think it becomes problematic is when you stop actually ever doing that thing and then you just start selling people on the idea that they can do it, and then you make like all of your income through selling people on the idea, and then like 3, 4, 5 years pass and you're so far detached from having actually done that thing, but you're still teaching people as if you are doing the thing. I don't know. For me, it's not something that I want to get into, but I know that it's super common. So I'm going to click through to this person's profile and see kind of what else I can find here. So they have almost 50,000 followers, and it's Airbnb UGC, teaching you how to land Airbnb collabs, create content, and get paid. So then I click through to her website, and sure enough, she sells a $200 course on how to pivot from free to paid Airbnb collabs. She sells a $500 course on how to land collabs, shoot content, and get paid to work with Airbnbs, a $67 guide on how to land Airbnb collaborations, and a $200 offer on how to create, shoot, and edit top quality content for Airbnbs and hotels. So as always, this content was sent to me. I don't know this person. I'm just hesitant that they're making their full-time income through Airbnb collabs so much as probably making the majority of their income through selling other people on the idea that you can make a full-time income doing Airbnb collabs. But hey, maybe they do both. I don't know. I just am skeptical as always. It's giving selling the shovel and not actually digging the hole to me. But of course, this is all just alleged in my opinion, okay? Okay, this next one moves pretty quick, so I'll just pop the individual slides up on the screen. First slide says, I make $1 million every 3 months, but before that, I made $100,000 every month. But before that, I made $100,000 every year. And in my first year of business, I made $63. Here's what I would do if I had to start over. So the caption reads, but first, if you ever want proof I make as much as I do, go to, and then they link their website for proof of my full financial disclosures. If I had to start over from zero, here's exactly what I would do. Step 1, I'd make a PSA style post to my Instagram story on my main personal Instagram account, letting my friends and family know my account's sole purpose was to help me grow my new business, and if they ever saw anything they liked, sharing would be so helpful. Okay, I would love to know other people's thoughts on this in the comments. I obviously have an Instagram account. If you're not already following me there, you should. This is a business account. I have a personal Instagram account that I reserve specifically for people that I know in real life, mostly close friends and family. And I very rarely ever post anything related to my business on that Instagram account, or even on like my personal Facebook for that matter. Like, yes, I think it's great if your friends and family want to support your business, but I personally don't think you should be using your personal Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, to be promoting your business, because presumably, depending, I guess, on what the business is, your friends and your family probably aren't your target market anyway. So you're kind of just like wasting your time if you're using your personal account. But that's just my perspective on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Step number 2, I'd make a reel every single day for 180 days straight. Oh my God. Here's the catch. The reels would be insanely educational, teaching hyper-specific hacks and tricks. Think how to clean the grout off your tub in 30 seconds or less versus how to keep a clean home. Hyper specific. Okay, interesting that this is step 2 and step 1 wasn't, figure out what you're good at. Instead, we're just skipping right to the, you're starting a business, now you're an expert. Again, if you're not familiar with me and my content, I have an entire TikTok page where I just share like small business advice completely for free. Mostly so you don't like waste your money spending thousands of dollars for some guru that's not gonna help you. But anyway, in a lot of my content there, I talk about like how to start a business, and the number 1 step in starting a business, in my opinion, is to figure out what you're going to sell. And the best way to figure out what you're going to sell is to find what I call like the trifecta of business. And that is, what are you actually interested in? Like, what are the things that you like or maybe know about? Number two, what are the skills or knowledge that you actually already have or that you have the ability to acquire? And then number three, like, what are people actually willing to spend their money on? And you kind of like analyze those three things and figure out where there's crossover. But the fact that she's not even saying anything remotely similar to this, it's literally just like,
launch a business, tell your family and friends, and then start making content about it.
what if I don't know what I'm good at? Also, 180 days of reels is absolutely insane. And unless you're like unemployed and have nothing to do, I don't know who has time to make 180 videos, a video every day for half a year. That is crazy. After 180 days of creating insanely problem-solving content, I would launch a digital product that again solves a super specific problem, maybe a house that cleans itself system. That's a Google Sheet that gets you on a custom cleaning schedule based on the size and rooms in each person's house. Something like that. Sure, if you, again, have determined what you're good at and have the skills in and people are interested in that topic, and you've somehow managed to create authority-based content for 180 days and you're starting to gain traction, go ahead, launch a template, sure. Once I launched this digital product, I would create even better, insanely specific content that's even more targeted to pitch my new digital product. I would pitch every day in subtle ways. Step 5, rinse and repeat until I hit the income level I want. Hope this helps. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This particular coach sells private coaching, which is likely where she makes the majority of her income. I really don't think that it's likely that you will make $1 million every 3 months selling a digital template, which is what she wants you to believe. I have friends that make multiple 6 figures a year selling templates. I myself make a few $1,000s every year selling $5 templates. There is money in the business of selling templates on the internet. But for the majority of people, is it going to be millions of dollars a year? $1 million every 3 months? Probably not. And so I find it kind of misleading that she's sharing a video about, I make all this money and here's how I would do it if I started over, when she's probably, again, I don't know this to be fact, this is just my opinion, I'm assuming she makes the majority of that $1 million through her like actual coaching and not through templates. So weird to me that it would be like, here's how I make $1 million, sell a template, but I don't actually make money selling templates. I make money through coaching. And it's like, it's giving the same impression. I was like,
I make money doing Airbnb, but really I make money by teaching other people how to do Airbnb.
why is everyone on the internet lying to us? I just don't get it. Why can't we just tell the truth? Okay, I think that's all my brain can handle for today, so we're gonna leave it at that. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. If you have content you want me to react to, submit it to the form, link down below. Merch is dropping September 1st, don't forget it. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!